What's up, world? This is another speed paint video with Levi Craig. Hope you guys have enjoyed the ones in the past. This one we're doing of Harry Potter. We're going to do Voldemort up above and Harry Potter down below. I wanted to try and show like the malevolent bad guy over the good guy. And I'm going to show that off using some dark colors. I just kind of wanted to do the explosion of reds and magentas and purples in the background with Voldemort as a paler color. I wanted him to be like a snake or something like that. So I'm going to use green, a light yellow green with a cobalt blue. And that'll be a nice contrast against this yellow, red, purple explosion in the background. It's really fun too to mix this yellow to orange to red right behind the bad guy, because that really radiates this explosion kind of nature, because Voldemort is a force of nature kind of thing. He's a really bad dude, and I wanted that to be really emphasized with this. And it's really fun seeing how that yellow hits that orange, and it's just like a fun pop of explosion. Right now I'm tying into Voldemort's chest area. Kind of wanted there to be a little bit of luminescent skin kind of thing going on with kind of like when I use that yellow green, it's very subtle, but when you hit it with a blue, it can create kind of a skin tone, which is kind of weird with those bright colors, but it works really well with him. You can kind of get an idea of the tone I'm going for with him. Now while that's drying, I'm jumping into kind of like his cloak, which I want to be kind of like a light blue into green into a lighter green. That way when I do Harry Potter, I want him to pop out against Voldemort and his, malevolent kind of features and whatnot. And I get to have a lot of fun doing my drips as always too. That's probably like, I just love playing around with drips. I think it is a really neat kind of style that my work has worked with. I just really enjoy having that. Ooh, this is a fun little detail. I wanted Voldemort to have like a little bit of a rib cage, so I used the light blue to try and tie that in there a little bit. And, adding more and more tones as I go, because, you work on the lights first, and then you work into the mid-tones, and then the dark contrasts over it. Playing around with a little bit of his hands there too, because when you're layering it, you really should be focusing on what areas are going to be the lightest in there, so that you can hit it later with the mid and the darker tones. I hope you guys are getting it. I know I ramble a little bit, but it's just kind of fun. Just kind of go through my process and try and learn as I do these narration videos how to communicate it better. This is kind of fun. I like putting drips on faces because it creates a little bit of emotion with it. So with Voldemort, I have a couple of little drips on his forehead going down, because even though he's a powerful, vengeful little character, he's got some interesting emotions with him too that I picked up from the movies. He wasn't necessarily just all I mean, he was pretty much all bad, but it's kind of neat showing that he has a little bit of turmoil too, and it adds a lot of complexity to the piece. You want to play around with, creating a little bit of a story within the art. And that's what I'm doing a little bit right now with Harry Potter. I decided I didn't want to do too much detail on him in general. Kind of wanted him to be kind of more of an idea than, the actual character. Because he is the hero, but he's also, metaphorically speaking, he's kind of like goodwill in a sense. I don't know. I was playing around with this idea a little bit, where I wanted to show Harry Potter as more of an archetype or a symbol than the character. Like Voldemort is clearly the bad guy, and Harry Potter is kind of like that need to do good kind of thing. I don't know. It didn't really communicate that well, but I'm learning as I go how to use color to communicate not just emotions or characters, but ideas and whatnot. So I pretty much focused with Harry Potter like the main things. He's got his tie, for his house Gryffindor, and he's got his bifocals, and I got a little bit of a hint of his scar. But the rest of it, I kind of made him look like a Patronus or something like that, where he's in his spirit form or something, where he's more, magic than he is anything else. Plus, I don't know, I think it was a neat contrast against Voldemort. It's almost like they live in different worlds, and whatnot. And I've made his little cloak kind of matching a little bit of the Gryffindor colors again too. And that's kind of like the whole piece. I really hope you guys are enjoying how this one turned out. I really enjoyed kind of like the background, how that really pops against Voldemort. I think is probably my favorite part of it all. And then, I mean, I've done this before in a few of my other pieces where I have, this light green into the dark green and into blue in the background for a lot of the main characters. And it works really well. I mean, hopefully I don't sound like a one-trick pony, but it's, I do what works. And I feel like this composition style where you've got like one character looming over another really makes it easy to do this kind of style out of watercolors, because it's really neat pushing the colors as far as you can go to create a composition that has a little bit of a story with it. I mean, the biggest difference though here is that I didn't do that much detail on Harry Potter, or in comparison to a lot of other pieces. I normally want like the center of the piece to be the most detailed, like heavy on doing that fine brush work. But in this one, I just wanted it to be kind of just like loose and whatnot. But anyway, there's the finished product. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please leave a comment or two down below. Give me a little bit of feedback. And if you guys got any questions, I'll leave them down below once again. And then I have an Etsy shop too if you're interested. And Facebook and Instagram and all that jazz. And other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and enjoy doing some watercolors of your own. All right, you guys. See ya.